Hello, everyone. Welcome to Cabbage Patch Soap. I'm so glad you're here. My name is Laura, and today we're going to be making another recipe that does not contain any coconut oil. And I want to go ahead and just apologize for the previous live that just went down a few seconds ago. I don't know what happened. I went live, there was no picture, and then it just ended. And I don't know, some sort of technical difficulty, I guess. So hopefully this one will stay up. Hi, Stacy. Welcome. I'm just getting my chat set up and getting some gloves on so that we can get these soaps cut. Hi, Lorna. Welcome. It's going to be a minute here for me to get on my gloves. And also fix the lighting. It looks like that isn't cooperating. There we go. That's better. All right. So, alrighty. Yeah, it wasn't letting anybody on. What happened was I started the live and there was no picture and then it just closed. I'm not sure what happened. Probably something on my end. I had to do an update recently, so maybe that affected it somehow. Okay. Alrighty, so let me just go ahead and show you guys the little individual bar that we made. I just pulled this out of the mold, and I've been pulling them out beforehand just to make sure that I remember to show them to you, because otherwise I'll forget. So there's that one, and I'll just open this up. And what we're going to do is cut the one that we made last time. This is with that green, oh my goodness, Grim Reaper fragrance. And this one also had no coconut oil. It has, instead it's got palm oil, olive oil, and castor oil, and hemp seed oil. It looks like it turned out okay. Let's just see here. The color looks good. We used that new teal. And even though the soap oils were extremely green, it looks like they complemented the color. And it turned out fine. Hi, Ian. Welcome. Okay, so what I'm going to do is line this up here. I'm just going to pull it a little closer so I can see what I'm doing here. Whoops. Oh, that's fine, actually, where it was. Okay, so we'll go ahead and cut this. All right, so even without the coconut oil, this bar turned out really firm. Here's the cool swirl that we did. This has a really nice creamy feel to it. And there's the top. So this teal looks really, really good. I like this one. I'm kind of partial to them anyway. I really like teals, but sometimes you get good ones, sometimes you get bad ones. I like how this looks, though. It's different from the one I usually use. Very, very different. But I have a feeling that this will be good depending on the effect I'm going for. This is kind of cool. It has a different swirl from the other side. A really pretty top. Looks like a whale. I'm glad you like the colors. You can't believe I cut it. I mean, I could just leave it as a block. That might be kind of a fun project. Make a couple of blocks of soap and send them out, like sell them without cutting them, and then people can cut them when they get them. So here's the 2 end pieces that we will use for samples. And I'll just set this aside. And what I'm going to do is, as usual, I'm going to put these on the shelf so that they can start curing. And that way they're out of the way and I don't risk messing them up. Okay. All right, so I'm just going to the shelf here. Let's see. This is a good spot. And here. All right, I'm going to put them down here. I hope everybody's weekend was good and that you're all having a really good week so far. All right. Just putting these on the shelf. Almost done. All right. So we'll see how those look after they've cured. But so far they're really nice. And like I said, the bar does feel really creamy, but also solid. So looks like there won't be any problems once it's cured. And let me just take a look here, see what you guys are saying. Awesome, Stacy. I'm so glad they made it there safely. All right, let me just open this up real quick. I want to wipe this down. All right. Okay. I'll put this back on the shelf for now. And then I also have a couple small announcements. So the first announcement is that Ian had asked me about making that orange soap. And I think he was talking about the orange goo. That stuff. It's like an orange, like a, I don't know, sort of like a lava soap. And it's in a it's like a container. It's like a gel consistency. And you know. Anyway, I needed to do a dual lye for that. So this is the potassium hydroxide, which is what I needed to make it. I need to do this and sodium hydroxide. So hopefully we'll be doing that on a live soon. It does take a very long time. Well, very long in compared to like how long it takes for these. The regular soaps, we just mix them and put them in a mold. This, you can't do that. This has to sit, and then every few hours you check on it. So it won't be done in one live. We'll probably do it at the end of one live, and then I'll bring you back later to show you the progress. So that'll be a lot of fun. Let me see what you guys are saying real quick. Christmas time, yes, exactly. Oh, thank you, Stacy. I'm glad that you like the smell. Yeah, orange is very good for grease cutting. Let's see here. Peel an orange, you see the grease dissolve. Yeah, it's true. The orange oil. The Grim Reaper bad. We're not talking about the Grim Reaper anymore. Okay, the other announcement I have is that I wanted to try another project, and I just got everything for it today, and I made like a little prototype, and it takes a couple of weeks before it's finished, so I can't say for sure if this is going to work or if I'm going to be able to offer these, but this is what it is. I think I'm not going to say exactly what this is. Maybe some of you will be able to figure it out. But yeah, it'll be like fun for later. Hopefully, in a couple of weeks, it'll be something that we'll be able to make on the lives, and I'm pretty excited about it. Okay, so now we are going to make that coconut oil free soap, which is also hemp free and also aloe free. And I think there's nothing else in there that she could be allergic to. Let's hope. So here is the oil mixture. It's a little bit warm still. I melted it and then left it in the warm water instead of pulling it out right away. So it's going to be a little bit on the warm side, which means there is a chance it might accelerate, meaning like when we mix everything in, it might come together quickly. So I'll have to watch out for that, but that's okay if that happens. And then also, when I ordered those new fragrances and colors and everything, one of the ones I got is called Baby Blue, and I really want to try this one. I bought it as a sample once and I used it in a design, but I really want to see what it looks like just kind of by itself in the soap. And then, like we did before, I want to see how it looks lightened. So we'll do a similar design as that teal, maybe do like some white, like add some white to it, and then do a swirl or something and do like a little simple design. I think it'll be really pretty. And also that way it'll be kind of gender neutral. Um, yes, Patty soap. Yes, exactly. Because she is allergic to those other oils. And then the fragrance oil I decided to use for this one. This is one I really, really like. Last time I made soap with this, it sold out like right away. It seems to be really popular. It's called Cuban tobacco, and it doesn't smell like smoke. It doesn't smell like a cigar or anything. It just oh, it smells really good. I don't know how to describe it, but luckily this time I thought ahead and looked it up. And oh great, now there's a thing in the way. Hold on. There we go. All right, so it has notes of bergamot and tea leaf, and cinnamon leaf, clove bud, and black pepper. Also, there are notes of tobacco flower, white cedar, and amber. So it has a very like woody and a little bit of, you get the spice in there, a little bit of woody and spice, but it's not Christmassy. It's not that kind of woody and spice. It's more um almost earthy, but not really. And the florals are there, but they're not prominent. So more than likely this is going to accelerate. But it does, this smells so good. This is also a gender neutral fragrance, and yeah, I really really like this one. And I ran out of that. I bought a bottle this size last time and ran out of it, and so I decided that was justification for getting more because I'm a hypocrite. And anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and put this face shield on real quick. I always say not to buy great big bottles of fragrance because then you end up getting stuck with them if you don't use them up. But anyway, taking my own advice would be the smart thing to do. So let's see here. I'm gonna move this other lye out of the way. Put it somewhere semi-safe. There we go. Okay. And this time the lye that I got came in a different container. So my other lye, so there's two kinds of lye that I use. It's the potassium hydroxide, which I just showed you, which is used in making liquid soaps and also those like semi-liquid soaps like the gels and the pastes. And then there is sodium hydroxide, which is what we use to make the solid soaps. And the first time I bought them, and then also for several months after that when I continued buying them, they came in these little containers that looked identical. So you had to read the name, like, read the label, right? But there were times when I just wasn't paying attention, and even though I had set aside the one I wanted, for whatever reason, I grabbed the wrong jug. And I most definitely made soap, liquid soap that was solid and solid soap that was liquid, and never fully understood what went wrong. And so after that, I started putting more obvious labels on my jars. And so this one that I ordered, it comes with a red cap. So it'll be very, very clear which one is which. My other one has like my small storage container is a white cap. The sodium hydroxide that I normally use comes in a giant like barrel or bucket. Um, and then I just put that into a smaller container to use, so it's easier for me to measure out individually. Um, but yeah, that was a disaster I wanted to avoid. So anyway, all right. So this is the light water. Here's this. And I'm gonna go ahead and put this blue in a little cup so I don't dump it out like I did last time. Just a second here. All right, got one. Let's use this one. And then that way I shouldn't accidentally overuse this. I remember from last time, when I used this last time, it had a better color payoff than I expected. So I ended up using, more than I needed, but it's a really pretty color. Okay, that should be enough. And if it's not, we can add more, but it's easier to add more than take away. All right, so making sure I have everything. I have the white and I have the mold over here. Okay, I think I've got everything. I'm going to go ahead and, since we're going to just do a solid color, I'm going to go ahead and add this to the oils. All that does is it just makes sure that it disperses and everything evenly. And there's no little pockets of color. And you don't have to do this, but, whoops. You don't have to do it, but I do. But yeah, see, look at that. That is way more potent than I was expecting. So good thing I didn't add more. And then when I add the light water, of course, that'll dilute it a little bit. But it's a really neat blue. It's almost like blue jeans, almost like a denim, like a light denim. I don't know. It's really pretty. You can see how shiny it is. Now, when I make the soaps, of course, it goes opaque and it's not quite as like pearlescent as this. But yeah, it's really pretty. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and add the lye water in. Okay. And this is also a really nice color if you want like a blue-gray. Okay, that's probably more than enough mixing because this is starting to thicken. We might have a false trace, but those oils are so warm, I kind of doubt it. All right, and then I'm going to add the fragrance. This is probably going to help solidify it more. What are you saying here? I'm just going to read this real quick. The mix looks iridescent on camera. Yeah, it is. It's like pearlescent, yeah. When you put it in just oil, it'll be pearlescent. If you use like a clear melt and pour, it'll retain that pearlescent look. But because the soap kind of turns opaque, the soap turns opaque, and then that kind of blocks the light, so you don't really get that opalescent effect. However, when you wash with it, it'll kind of show up on the surface of the bar, and you'll kind of see it. Not as dramatic as it was in the pot of oil, but you can still see it. It's really super pretty. I'm just going to smell this. Yep, okay, that's good. Yep, that smells so nice. What I want to do is offer this as a roll-on fragrance or like a solid perfume. So if you like something that's not like overpoweringly strong, but you like the woody spice notes and like muted florals, this is perfect for that. Okay, you can see how it's leaving like lines on the surface. That means it's probably a trace. I'm going to add just a little more, or stir just a little more. Okay. So this aside. Okay. So what we'll do first is pour this in. I've got some mica on the inside there from when I poured it out. Okay, there we go. All right, so I'm going to pour this in here, getting air bubbles out. And then we will pour in some white and do a swirl. But I think this time I'll put more white than last time. More of this soap will be the light color, instead of just a little bit. Yeah, and most of the soaps that I make, the micas have that really shiny pearlescent or iridescent look to them. And then the soap itself is what makes them lose that iridescent sheen. Just because it goes kind of opaque. And yeah, but if I had something clear that I could add this to, it would retain that pretty iridescence. Okay, I'm mixing it by hand, but what I want to do is make sure this is mixing really well. Okay, probably good enough. Oh, I forgot my spatula. Let me go grab that. The moment when you're just like staring at the table, wondering what you're forgetting, and oh, and I got a new. Maybe we'll use this. A new +1 fork of texture. Okay. All right. So there we go. There's that. Wipe this down. Okay. So this is probably gonna introduce a bunch of air bubbles. That's all right. Let's see. How should we do this? Let's go this way, and we'll just kind of go back and forth. And so there's a little bit down there. Oh, I know what we can do. Okay, so there's a little bit down in there, right? Watch. Let me see if that. Do I have that swirl tool? I do. Here it is. Okay. Come here. Okay. So it never matters how much I plan things. There's always something I think about in the moment. But this, I think, is going to be worth it. It's going to look really cool, I hope. If it's a bad idea, then it's a bad idea. But all right, so here's the swirl tool. What we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and swirl this. And trying to think which way I want to do this. Let's do it this way. No, let's do it this way. Okay, so I'll go swirl this. And then, come on out. This is taking its time. Okay, then we'll pour the rest and kind of float it on top, hopefully, and make like a lighter colored top. So that should float there. Okay. That looks pretty good. Let's put a little bit more over here. There we go. All right. This should get out air bubbles. Let's see what you guys are saying here. That new fork looks expensive. I know. Yeah, it was I don't know. It's like it was kind of free, but I need to. Okay, this is gonna need another a few seconds, I think. We'll give that a couple minutes to set up. What did I do with here it is. Here's the mold, and let's see. We'll pick one. Let me get this here. Well, we put this in the same mold as the last soap since we just pulled this out, and it was in here, so we'll just put it in there. That needs to firm up. In fact, let's do this. Got a little bit of this color left. Yeah. So let me do this here. I wonder how much. I might not have enough soap to do it. Let's see. Okay, so we've got that much. And then I just want to dump the last couple sprinkles in here. I don't know if this is going to even be enough to make a difference. We'll see. Not enough. Let's just do the we'll just add white to it instead and make it lighter. So we'll go with the whole dark to light thing. That way I don't have to reopen that bag of mica and make a mess. Okay, let's see how this looks. It's a little bit lighter. It'll be subtle. We could do the same thing as before where we make that little white design on top. We could do the same thing with the fork too. I can drag the fork through the white. That'll be cool. All right. I guess we'll do it this way. All right. So what I'm going to try is dragging this through here like that. See kind of this streaky blue and white look. Okay, let's see how this is going. Gonna clean this off. Let's see. Is it firm enough yet? Yep, looks like it'll be okay. All right, so I'm gonna try to add just a tiny bit. I don't want a huge mess. There we go. I made a mess anyway, but that's fine. Okay. So let's try this. We'll just go from here left to right like this, like we were doing, and see if we can get those colors to drag. Oops. So it looks like, let me collect this. Whoops. There we go. Trying to get the lines to be more defined on this side. There we go. Let me just lightly go back over this. There we go. So we got this cool, like, streaky white look going down the bars. I just carefully clean this up. Okay. There we go. So that is that one. And then, like I said, this one does not have the coconut. It does not have the hemp seed and does not have any aloe. So it is just the palm oil, sweet almond, olive oil, castor oil, and avocado oil. And I have it written down, but I put something on top of it. Let me see. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Yeah, avocado, castor, palm, almond, and olive. And then, of course, I put sea salt in here, like I do with most of my bars. So here it is a little closer. Hopefully it'll focus. But yeah, so we will cut this on Thursday. And I'm debating what we will make on Thursday. I have a couple ideas. There's a couple of suggestions you guys made that we may make. So we may do that. But yeah, that's the plan. And then also, if you guys are new here, please consider liking and subscribing because it really helps me out. And thank you guys for hanging out with me again today. It's been so much fun. I hope you guys enjoyed the soap. And if you guys have any questions or suggestions, definitely leave them down below because I love using your guys' suggestions. So, oh no, you just got attacked from a cat. Oh no. You want to cut it now, Ian? No, Ian, we cut the other one. This one I was just waiting for it to firm up so I could use the fork. I mean, it probably won't be firm enough to cut for several hours. Yep, have a nice evening, guys. See you soon.